So me and my man been together 2 years, and he's been incarcerated for 17 years. Duh. So obviously we met while he was incarcerated. But anywho,
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. There are so many reasons why so many women are in the dumbest situations. They get themselves caught up in such foolish relationships, and then they wonder why they're where they are. And I talked about Kendra G's show before, and I'm going to share this clip with y'all because I like at a certain point in age in life, you would think, right? We would be more mature, have discernment, be self-aware, just have common sense. But no, no. We just don't. We really don't. And that's the messed up part about it. So when Kendra asks these women, what do they want in men? They don't let me just share this clip with y'all. We're going to come back and talk about it. Okay.
And Felicia Dallas, 40, is a tourist, got a couple jobs, mine are 3, by 2 men, never married. I think we have it all. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Someone just honest and real. People don't understand, these men these days don't understand that they have to be real with themselves.
So what realness with themselves they're not being real with?
Just games, playing games, not being totally honest about who they having encounters with, just not being real at all. Like, it's sad, but that's what we live in today.
Okay, so she wants a man that's gonna keep it real with her. Anything else before well, that's part of your deal breakers. Do you have any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
Has to have a beard. I need a beard.
He has to have a beard?
Yes, absolutely. I don't want no naked face man. No naked face man.
Do both of your children's dads have beards?
No, that's the problem. Nor did my ex. That's the problem.
That's why you couldn't be with them until the end of time?
Yes, because they act like boys. When they naked face, they don't act like men. They act like boys. They don't have a masculine energy. They have energy, and I don't have time for that. Kendra, I'm a homeowner, so I got my stuff together. You got to come correct.
Okay, so he has to have a beard. What else?
That's kind of it.
A beard and don't play games. Okay.
So she says somebody real and a man with a beard. Literally, what does that mean? Like, just somebody who is real. That is very much that's a very childish, immature, you're just learning to date, early 20s answer. Somebody real and a man with a beard, because she don't feel like men without beards are masculine enough. They don't know enough. They're childish. How childish, immature do you sound that's how you basing the man off of, if he has a beard or not? And the kicker was, y'all heard her say that. Did your baby daddies have beards? No. Neither one of them did. And that's why they didn't work out, because she felt like they wasn't masculine enough. They didn't have enough. But you had 3 kids. 3 kids. So you came to the conclusion after those relationships didn't work out that the beard is okay. Y'all, this just shows me, as I always say, that women have no idea how to choose men. Again, your reason is he don't have a beard. You're correlating a beard to characteristics. How do you, in your mind, as a grown woman, correlate if he's going to be real, honest, God-fearing, has good leadership skills, trustworthy, hardworking, dedicated, all based on a beard? a beard. And the men that are watching, hearing that, or the men who got beards, they can just literally fool you. That's how gullible you are. That a beard, it's like the women who out here who chase men with nice cars. Because he got a certain car, you think he got a certain lifestyle. He got a big chain on his neck, you think he got this and he got that. We lack intelligence. We literally have it all messed up. So messed up to the point that we don't even realize that we are putting ourselves in these bad situations. That we don't even know how to really choose men. This is why I've said before that I believe that we should have arranged marriages in the Black community, because we as women can't choose. We can't choose a man to save our lives. We really can't. We have no discernment. I think the even crazier part about this conversation is that they still never take accountability. Like, they still just don't get the fact that some of the situations that you end up in is a result of your choices. Now, I'm going to show this next clip in reference to her last relationship and, where she is today.
When was your last relationship?
2 years ago, I waited on a man 3.5 years in prison.
Is he still in prison?
No, he's home. I bought a house for us.
And what
He
happened?
just was, he was naked face.
You mean to tell me you waited on a man 2.5 years in prison,
Three
and
and a
he
half
came
years.
3.5 years. So you waited on him for three and
I
a half years in prison.
was celibate, everything.
He came home,
Didn't treat me like nothing.
and you blame it because he didn't have a beard.
I felt like he wasn't masculine enough. Let me tell you, when I bought my house, he had the audacity to tell me that I created these bills.
Well, you did.
But I still bought a house for us because he was going to be on an anchor monitor, and I didn't want no reason for the state of whatever prison to say that he's living in an apartment, so he has to go to the halfway house. That
I don't know
really
how it works.
helps. It
Okay, so
really.
hold on. So let me understand. So you bought a house because he didn't. You bought a house in order for him not to go to a halfway house.
Well, I bought the house because sometimes there's this thing in the criminal world. If you ain't never been to prison or you
I
never
don't.
dealt with
I
hardcore
never been, girl.
people,
I
you would never understand. But they
didn't.
have this thing to where they feel like if you're not stable enough, then he will have to be in a halfway house instead of just being at home. When
Well,
it
let
look
me
at
ask you this question directly. Can he live in an apartment opposed to a halfway house if you get out of prison?
maybe depends on which. It depends on
Let me
the
ask you
the
this.
district.
I swear it'd be pulling teeth to get direct questions. In this situation with him, if you did not have a
I
house, was his
feel
goal?
like he could not have went to an apartment.
Can't
No.
you find out that information in advance? Like, don't they say that either you have to go to a halfway house or a house? Like, was that stated?
In the original parole meeting, they asked him where he would be staying, and he told them that I had bought a house, so he's going to be more stable.
That's not my question. My question was the house a requirement over a halfway house? Did y'all ever
I
get
don't
that
know if it
answer?
was a requirement or not. I just put in the effort to make it happen, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
So that's true. That's a great gesture. But and I'm not defending it, but he has a point when he says you created the bills. Because
I
if he
get
just
that,
got
but
okay.
he also was in agreement for me to buy the house. I fixed my own credit to buy the house.
Right, but
So,
was the expectation for him to help you with the bills?
no,
So why was he complaining about you paying the bills?
that's who he is.
So why did y'all break up?
Because he didn't know how to talk to me.
So you
I
kicked him
couldn't
out.
have a voice. Let's say I couldn't have a voice.
Did you kick him out?
No.
So, waited for a guy 3.5 years while he was in prison. Kendra literally asked her, was it a requirement? Did you have to buy a house for you and him? No. You wanted to. You wanted to. So when he said you created those bills, You're right, because he didn't ask you to buy a house. You wanted to. You wanted to make it comfortable for him. Something he didn't ask you for. Something that he didn't act. And again, we as women want to do what we want to do. You thinking that this is the way that you're going to get this man to come home and be with you and do other things. I don't know what the history was with the man, but how long she knew him before. She didn't obviously say that. But just the fact that, again, the answer still went back to because he ain't had no beard. Like, you're still giving these very immature answers. The reason was he didn't treat you. He didn't talk to you that you wanted to be talked to or treat you how you want to be treated. He was in jail for 3.5 years. What did you really see in him? Unless y'all had this long extended relationship beforehand and you knew this man and this was your husband, your partner for a long time, and you understand he might have changed on you from prison, but half the time these women be meeting men in prison, literally meeting them in prison, waiting for them, doing all this stuff that they're doing. The man don't actually do none of that stuff. And then you stuck.
So me and my man been together 2 years, and he's been incarcerated for 17 years. Duh. So obviously we met while he was incarcerated. But anywho, our whole relationship, like, I live across the country, so our whole relationship, I would see him like 2 to 4 times a year, 2 to 3 times a year. And obviously we get conjugal visits so I can spend the night with him, but still, it's so hard. So in 2.5 months, I'm moving across the country to Oregon to be closer to him. He's in California, but to be closer to him. And I'm so excited. I live in Georgia right now, so we are on 2 opposite sides of the country. And it's just so crazy because for the first time in our relationship, we'll be able to see each other like every single week. I can go over there like 3 times a week if I wanted to. And back to back to back conjugal visits, like, oh my God, I get to spend the night with him 3 days every 2 months. So it's just so fun when I go, and like, we have the best time. And yeah, we just put in for our next conjugal visit a couple days ago, so I'm so excited. I move in 2.5 months. The clock is ticking. It's going so quickly. I get to see him all the time. I'm so happy until this man comes home.
You stuck in this situation with a house that you bought for you and your man. And then she said she wasn't even. This is how you know that man actually do nothing. She didn't even say he had to pay bills. He didn't even have to pay bills. This is how desperate they are for a man. But you want a man who's going to keep it real with you. That's all you want, is a man who's going to keep it real with you. A real man. A real masculine man is what she's looking for. And with a beard. No, like, not giving any other qualifications. And again, the men that they date previously don't have none of that. So they find any reason to not be accountable for their own actions and blame it on the man. Oh, well, it's because he had no beard. No, it's because of you. You end up with the same type of men. You're in your 40s trying to do this thing. And you still give an answer that a 21-year-old would give. How are you in your 40s giving this type of answers? How? And you ain't been in a relationship in 2 years since that relationship. So, like, again, what be happening with us? And now you on Kendra looking for a man or whatever you're looking for, but you're not even, like, again, putting that out there that you want a man with a beard because you have this impression of him. You're going to get a lot of men with beards who are going to do what they're going to do, get what they're going to get out of you because they see how stupid you are, how gullible you are. She bought a house for a man to live in, and he ain't even have to pay bills. All I need is a beard? What? You think you're not going to get used? You think you're not going to get used because you are. And I'm not saying that it's right, but it is what it is. Like, people are going to do what they can do. And you are an easy target when you are giving very immature answers to questions. Very, very childlike. But we grown women out here working. She got multiple jobs, multiple this, all these licenses. But you can't even pick a good man. You can't even give a clear answer as to what kind of man you really want. What type of man will be for you. Just keep it real. Okay. This is sad. We cannot pick men for ourselves, y'all. We really can't. We are the worst at picking men. And this is the proof. But let me know your thoughts in the comments about this conversation. Drop it down below. Of course, if you enjoyed the conversation, hit that thumbs up button, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Patreon. Links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.